Hello guys, it's DJ Slope again from Slope's Game Room. It's time for October's monthly Patreon Q&A. Yes, only 2 more months of these and I've done a whole year. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Ooh. Sorry it's a little bit late guys, but you know, I've been working on some big projects, you know, leave me alone, leave me alone. Right, look, there's not really, I don't like to do a few announcements and different cool things. I've got this week's going to be a few smaller videos leading into the weekend's video, which I'm hoping will be a nice, you know, normal big one. But during midweek, you've got a couple of small ones. I just want to talk about this thing. Check this out. I've got a cup man, well, it's actually mug man. A ceramic mug. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to discuss all that sort of stuff in a couple of small upcoming videos during the week. I've got a review from Ubisoft that I've got to do. So yeah, loads of stuff happening. But you know, there's no real big different announcements. But yeah, we'll just get straight into the Q&A. So question number 1 from Creamy Patrick. Is that your name? We will see. Little joke we've got going on in the Discord chat, guys. I apologise. He has not asked 1 question, he has asked 6 questions. Right, okay. 1. Are there any plans in the near future for you and Larry to finally meet in person and make an on-camera video together? Keep it clean. Keep it clean, though, please. Yeah, so many times me and Larry have tried to meet up and then, you know, something's got in the way. I'm hoping so, We're actually discussing going to a little convention hopefully next year together, but that's next year. I would like to think we're going to meet up before the end of this year. Yeah, I think so. I think possibly next month. Who knows? Yeah. Every time we want to meet up, something happens. I mean, most of the time it's my fault because I have kids, you know, and I can't because I've got to look after my wife who is pregnant, or you know, my little girl's not well, you know, whatever it may be. But yeah, we will soon because actually he actually paid me he actually gave me some money to buy him a game 6 or 7 months ago, and I've still got it. It's Shinobi X for the Sega Saturn, in case you was wondering. Question number 2. You're given the option to be cybernetically augmentated. You can pick 1 upgrade. What is it? For me, it'd be the ability to immediately recognise, speak and understand all known languages in the world. How useful would that be? That or nipples that could pick up radio signals. The languages thing is good, but I think I've actually answered this in one of my really early ones, maybe, I don't know. Excuse me. I think I'm trying to think of anything that's better than invincibility. I really like the idea of invincibility, and I'm talking full-on invincibility. You're not going to get picked up by any kind of like heat sensors or anything like that. Like, you are gone, you know, until you click your fingers to do whatever you need to do to come back. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of anything that's better than invincibility. Oh, perhaps actually, you know, just living for a very long time, except for the fact that you would see all of your family die around you. I would love to, looking at it from, you know, wouldn't it be crazy, like, to see what video games are like in 100 years' time or something, you know? I mean, that's just a basic thing, but maybe to live forever. Not just for video games' sake, but, you know, I want to see what the Xbox 10 looks like, although we've almost pretty much got that. It ain't that good. Anyway, question number 3. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? No. Is that from Arthur, the film Arthur? Whatever. Question number 4. How do you like your steaks? For me, just cut its horns off and wipe its ass. Yeah, I'm not too far different. I think when I was younger, I think it was cool to have blue or rare steaks. Now, medium. It's better tasting. It is. You got to give it a bit of cooking. Yeah, it's better. You can eat raw bacon, but why would you want to do that when it tastes so much better when it's fried? Number 5. On the subject of food, why do vegetarians' farts smell 10 times worse? Because they eat a lot of vegetables. When I went on a bit of a vegetable kick recently, my farts stank. There you go. And question number 6. question number 6, Patrick Alexander, Creamy Elephant, me 6, and me 6, fuck, marry, kill. So if you don't know, there's a few people in the Discord chat. Me 6 is a bot that calculates everyone's how much they post, and the person that posts the most gets to choose a let's play that I'm going to play for my Patreons, and another one gets me to do a commentary on one of my videos, again for my Patrons. So I'm gonna have to say, because I'm gonna kill Creamy Elephant, that's his real name, for giving me so many bloody questions. I'm going to marry Patrick Alexander, and I'm going to fuck me 6 because he's done me proud. And I reckon me 6 would probably know how to sexually what am I talking about? How to sexually satisfy me, and if not, hey, they could just call another me 6, you know, whatever. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, question number 2. Okay, so this one's from oh no, that's the one I've already done actually. That was question number 2. Question number 1. Okay, the first one. Patrick Alexander. He asks, how did you get your editing gig with Guru Larry? Do you have a different mindset when you edit his work versus editing your own work? So I've said it before. There was 3 or 4 YouTubers. I mean, I was influenced by so many people. But you know, like when you start a band or something like that, there's a few people that really inspire you. And there was a few people that really inspired me to become a YouTuber. Guru Larry was one of them. Gaming historian, lazy game reviews, and I can't remember the last one. God, it can't have inspired me that much. No, I can't remember who it is. But regardless. Yeah, Guru Larry I was a huge fan. So I made some videos on subjects that I liked, that people that I admired, people like Guru Larry and Lazy Game Reviews were doing, but they didn't cover the subjects that I knew about. So I went ahead and created those videos, which was the Roland video. That's one I always wanted to do, and I did it straight away. And yeah, I tweeted him and said, hey Larry, check this video out, and he, you know, was kind enough with me, with what, probably about 5-10 subscribers at the time, said yeah, I'll check it out. And it took a little while, but we ended up speaking on Skype, back and forth. He really liked my content, he gave me a lot of advice and all that sort of stuff. The only advice I could ever say that I went his way is the fact that he needed to make more content. If you remember Larry's stuff back in the day, he didn't put that much out, and now he's, you know, bombarding with brilliant content. You know, he's able to get that amount of content out, and he asked me if I wanted to help him, you know, continue putting videos on his channel, you know, to try and get it as a weekly thing. And obviously I said yes. That was, you know, a great honour, and yeah, we've been working together ever since. And you know, there's other people on board now, other great YouTubers that I've since discovered since starting YouTube, people like Kim Justice that also helps out. So yeah, that's how it works, and that's how it all began. Oh yes, sorry, and to answer the question, do I have a different mindset? Yes, but I'm quite quick with the way I edit my videos. It's basically a hell of a lot of images that I get ready. So I mean, you can definitely see, I can definitely see when I've edited the video over than when, say, for instance, Kim's edited a video or when Larry's edited a video. You know, we've all got our unique style, but I do try and do a few little things in Larry's that do change them slightly to my style. But, I mean, they are so nitpicky that I would literally have to go, look, that one's got more trailers in it than my one, or that one's got more moving poster frames and things like that than my one. You know, real nitpicky stuff. But they're the things that I've noticed he's done in the past, and the things that I like to try and do for him in the videos that I edit. So, but 95% is basically my editing style on his channel. honestly. So yeah, there you go. Here we go, number 3, and this one is from Michael Cook, long time patron of mine. Yeah, I've known this guy for a very long time. So he asked me a few questions. Number 1. If you could make a franchise as big as Pokemon Go, for example, it would be the same premise, but not Pokemon, Sonic Go, etc. What would it be and why? Okay, so I haven't prepped any of these answers. I'm thinking Pokemon Go is probably the perfect one. You know, you got the whole collectathon thing. Let me think. I suppose you could probably do it with any kind of genre, maybe. I mean, if you look at, you know, RPGs, like I can imagine, like for instance, a Phantasy Star Online. I'm not a big RPG guy, but you know, a Phantasy Star Online, actually having to go out in the real world and maybe you could battle other users and stuff. You know, collect whatever you need to collect in that game to boost up your character, and you know, go into shops and stuff. So maybe something like that. What you could probably do it for anything, I suppose. I mean, even things like, you know, they took Wii Fits, didn't they, outside with their little, you know, the little tracker thing that they had. I actually bought one of them and played around with it for a while. It was really good. That was on the Wii U. Stupid names. What was it like? Wii Fit, Wii U, whatever. I don't know. Okay, let's go really stupid. How about we do something like Golden Axe and something which really encourages people to go into wooded areas and, you know, go off the chart a little bit, not just go into towns and stuff like that, but go proper exploring, you know, nature exploring, and then you can fight battles in the woods. That's actually a little bit crap, wasn't it? But yeah, Golden Axe, let's go for that one. Actually, I've got a better one than that. Jet Set Radio. It's a big street tagging thing where you can just go around and maybe you can do your thing and see other people's tags that they would be able to make. Obviously, it's just going to be loads of dick butts, isn't it? But you know, you can see what other people have put on walls and stuff like that, and you can spray over them and try and claim territories. That would be a good one. Jet Set Radio. That would be very good. I mean, I don't think they'd ever be able to pull it off because that would take a lot of effort, and Jet Set Radio definitely doesn't have the backing that Pokemon does, but you know. Jet Set Radio, that's a good one. I'll go with Jet Set Radio. Question number 2, he says, if you were stuck on a desert island and you could pick either Superman 64 or Bubsy 3D, what would it be and why? I've only ever played an emulated version of Superman 64, but it was a little bit shitty. I suppose Superman 64? There's a tiny bit more, like, it's a bit more tactile with, you know, the flying and getting, you would make a perfect, you'd be able to fly through the game perfectly, where Bubsy's just annoying. Superman 64 is a bad game, but Bubsy's annoying, so, and a bad game, so, yeah, Superman 64, yeah, you could get a little bit better at it the more you play it, not that you would want to. Question number 3, if you were sat in an office and you could have a sequel to Streets of Rage 3, but everyone would completely forget Streets of Rage 1 to 3, would you agree? So what he's asking is if I was able to get a Streets of Rage 4 out, but they would all forget Streets of Rage 1 to 3 because Streets of Rage 4 comes out, would I do it? No. I don't think so. I'm trying to get my head around that whole question. No, I don't think so, because Streets of Rage, the new Streets of Rage 4, would be heavily built up on nostalgia. So that nostalgia wouldn't be there if Streets of Rage 1 to 3 no longer existed. And I love Streets of Rage 1, that's like one of my all-time favourite games. I complete that game every year, and I don't want that gone. Yeah, well, no. What's the next question? Number 4, what was your favourite Saturday morning cartoon? Probably, I was a big fan of like things like Tom and Jerry and stuff like that, but we didn't have Sky, and when I was able to catch stuff like Ren and Stimpy, yeah, that would always be right up there. Anything like Ren and Stimpy, Rocko's Modern Life. As it got a little bit later, I wasn't as interested in Our Real Monsters and Rugrats, but definitely, I'd say yeah, Rugrats or Our Real Monsters. Yeah, they were good ones. They were good ones. Unless I'll go really far back at Thomas the Tank Engine, but you know, whatever. I watched that on my black and white TV as a kid. Question number 5, if you could replace Mario with another character and have the same popularity, what would it be and why? I can go stupid here, couldn't I? Jack the Nipper for the Amstrad. If you don't know who that is, I've done a video on it. It's actually, if you scroll back to the very first video that's on my channel. It's not the first video I did, but it's the first video you'll see on my channel, because I re-uploaded my first one. But yeah, Jack the Nipper, this like Dennis the Menace naughty like baby, and I'm talking about the UK Dennis the Menace. Well, I suppose that works with the American Dennis the Menace as well. Jack the Nipper, I don't know why. I'm just yeah, Jack the Nipper. I don't know. Or Dizzy, that would be quite a cool one to do. Dizzy, I'd like Dizzy to be as popular as Zelda. It never happened, but yeah, maybe that. Question number 6. These are random questions. Question number 6 and final question. What would your optimal amount of subscribers be? I assume you're supposed to write there. What your ultimate goal is. Save for your lifetime of your channel. Thanks again, buddy, for all your hard work. So he's asking me what my ultimate goal is. I don't see an end goal in sight. I do create videos that I want. It sounds so corny, but perhaps a future generation to enjoy. You know, I try and make a video that if you want to find out about Splatterhouse, you type in Splatterhouse and you'll find my video, as well as Happy Game Reviews, brilliant video. Help me with that one, actually. And you'll see, you know, videos like mine, and they will stand the test of time, and that's the video I try and make. You know, my Metroid one is never going to be the complete history, because they'll make more Metroids, but if you want to find out the history of Metroid, which is probably what I maybe should have called them, you know, these videos stand the test of time, and that's what I try and make. I try and make videos that, you know, aren't just throwaway. I mean, I make the odd review that, you know, no one's going to be interested in. My South Park review that I made up, what was that, like a couple of weeks ago, you know, in 10 years time. But when I make the history of Streets of Rage and Golden Axe and, you know, Splatterhouse, Metal Slug, all these different franchises where people type that in, I'm quite highly ranked on the majority of them. I would like to think that, yeah, future generations would also discover these games from my videos. I mean, that's a crazy dream, but perhaps, you know, the only thing that's going to stop it is YouTube closing down and the way they're going. God. Yeah, thank you again, patrons. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's it. And in regards to subscriber numbers, yeah, the sky's the limit. Just keep going, you know. I mean, I have end goals and what I want to do in my personal life when I hit certain goals, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm just going to keep it going and going and going, really. I'm going to make videos until I don't care about making videos anymore, you know, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. I love making videos and I love getting people's feedback. So there you go. So yeah, I keep going on these weird tangents with these answers, but hey, you know, whatever. I think I've answered this guy's questions. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, so Tim Labonte has asked another question, and he says, loaded question. You're thrown last minute into a game pitch meeting for a video game company. Go. I have this great idea. I want to build on the nostalgia of classic side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and I really do think that there is a market for it. Looking at the way that Sonic Mania is doing so well, built up on nostalgia, maybe we should be doing this on other big Sega franchises. Oh, this isn't my game pitch. I want a new side-scrolling beat-em-up, and I want it to be really good. I don't want it to be 2.5D or anything like that, where you're moving really far into the background. You want one scene, anything like what the Bouncer did. I like the Bouncer, but I don't want that. I want a proper, good 2D, you know, beat-em-up game. That's what I want to see. A proper, good 2D beat-em-up game. Obviously, in this day and age, you'd have to be a lot more creative. You know, in the Alien Storm one, where you have the mid-level sections where you're shooting in the shop, and then there's the really fast-running sections. You know, you'd have to really mix it up and do loads of that different stuff throughout the game. But that is what I ultimately want. And let's try and make it. No. I want Streets of Rage. That is the game. And when Sega finally pull their thumb out of the arses and they actually do it, that game is going to absolutely. I'm going to be the #1 sponsor for that game. That's what I want. Just choose any kind of film that's associated with things like Final Fight, or you know, or Streets of Rage, or anything like that. Renegade or something. Whatever. I was going to say Warriors, but that's basically Renegade, isn't it? And you know, one of these street cop fighting films. You know, make it into a 2D Streets of Rage type game. If Streets of Rage 4 doesn't happen, that's what I want to see. It's such an obvious answer for me, as I'm sure you guys will all know if you watch my content, and I always bring up Streets of Rage, but that's what I want to see. And that brings me on to my final question, which is from Ian A. Chapman. You hear those at the end. People love it when I say Tiago Piero dos Santos Silva, but yeah, Ian A. Chapman. Here we go. Ian A. Chapman, he asks, have you ever bought physical walkthrough guides, game art books, or any books about video games in general? I used to be a big Sonic collector before I sadly sold it all for a very decent price, actually. I collected the Sonic primer guides, but I never really like looked at them. They were just there, you know what I mean? Like, why do you need a guide for Sonic? You know how to get 100% on those games. What other things? I mean, I buy a lot of Retro Gamer. You can't see it actually there, but I'm subscribed to Retro Gamer, but that's a magazine. I don't really buy many books. Well, obviously, I'm in Stuart Ashin's latest book, the Flickering Skeletons one. Yeah, I actually wrote a segment for that, so that's a good book. You should get that book. And Larry's got a book out, which I think I'm going to be helping him with. Well, I know I'm going to be helping him with. Yeah, so Larry's got a book coming out. Get that, check that out on Unbound. I'll leave a link below. But yeah, that's what's happening. So. Yeah, I don't think I buy any other types of video game books. There's just so much information online. What I really like looking in is finding those VG Junk. I must say that VG. I think it's Video Games Junk or VG Junk. That's a great website. It's like a bloggy website where you can find out about history and stuff like that. I suppose it's like a hardcore gaming 101. They're the sort of resources I like to go to, except for unless I'm reading a Retro Gamer magazine. That's the sort of places I go to when I want to find out information about games and just look up random old school history pieces that sometimes even end up as videos. So yeah, I just don't buy books because they normally just go on the shelf and I don't read them. A little bit like my video game collection. Anyway, guys. Thank you all so much for listening to me ramble on. It's very late. I've just watched a film that was a bit crappy and I thought I'd pick myself back up again by having a beer and filming my very late October Q&A. So thank you for sitting here, if there is even one of you still here, listening to me ramble on and talk crap. If you want to be part of my Patreon list, here comes the plug, then go to the link in the description, sign up, and you'll see lots of exclusive Patreon videos. Be part of my Discord chat. Like I said, my Discord people on there, some of the people that actually asked me these questions are going to be choosing games for me to do Let's Plays on, and what else? They're going to be getting me to do commentaries on my own videos for them, which are going to be obviously Patreon exclusive. I try and do quite a lot, and I always give people insights into videos that I'm working on, and sometimes, for instance, the Metroid video, that obviously took possibly a month worth of editing after I got into after the crazy long time it took me to write the script. I was uploading segments as I made it, so people could see how it was being worked on. But anyway, if Patreon is, if you want to support the show, then there's a Patreon link down below, and I would really appreciate it. But either way, if not, then just keep watching the content. That's the biggest reward, being able to speak to you guys down in the comments, and just getting your opinion on whatever it is I'm talking about. So yeah. Anyway, ramble over. This is DJ Slope signing out, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.